All right, what's going on, guys? I'm not really for the whole cancel culture thing, but in some cases, it just has to be done. There's just certain things where there's no second chances, man. And if we hadn't reached that level already with this whole situation, I think we definitely have now. So, EDP got exposed once again. I'm not going to sit here and recap the whole history of everything. We all know the infamous cupcake situation, of course. That was like 2 years ago, and he kind of disappeared for a while right after that, but then he kind of came back, said some things, did some things here and there. I kind of been hearing about him on and off over like the past year or so, but nothing like went too wild. He didn't completely go away or truly get canceled. I think it's pretty hard to like truly get canceled. There's very few people that happens to, but he definitely lost a lot of his support that he had. But I don't think too many people that were still watching were necessarily fans. It was definitely more of like a place to go troll. But I guess there was some people who didn't care about anything and, still enjoyed what he had to say or whatever. But yesterday, EDP was on trending once again. Also, disclaimer, I'm making this video at like 3 a.m. So Gideon, as of right now, hasn't posted the actual video yet. I don't know when that's actually going to be posted. Maybe by the time I post this video, that's also going to be live, so you can go watch that after this. But it actually doesn't really affect too much what I'm going to say in this video, so it's fine. So Gideon had a post on Instagram where he had a few pictures of him, EDP, and Skeet. Shout out Skeet, by the way. I'm not sure everyone recognized him in that, but we always watch his videos on stream. Skeet Hansen, he's basically like the modern day Chris Hansen. He does like predator catches on YouTube. And I know him and Gideon have teamed up before on a video, so I guess they teamed up again, and this time they happen to catch EDP, which is pretty insane. So the thing about EDP is, right, I feel like in these type of situations, you shouldn't even get a second chance in the first place, but somehow he kinda has gotten one. Like, people have still kinda allowed him to be around or whatever, I guess, because he was at one point like pretty well liked and fairly popular. So like when you have a little bit of clout like that, you get a little bit of leeway, I guess, compared to someone else. But for this to straight up happen again is just unacceptable, right? Like, he even posted a response on Twitter, and he once again took no accountability for his actions. I'm gonna show the tweet, but it's gonna be censored because you guys know how EDP be talking. There's some crazy words in there, but basically he claims he was set up and he's trying to say it was the girl's fault or whatever. That doesn't really make much sense because, number one, the biggest problem here is you showed up. Like, they have you in 4K going to the meetup spot. So pretty much the moment you pull up, all plausible deniability that you could have possibly had is 100% gone. And number two, as long as the girl didn't lie about her age, there's literally no other excuse you can make, right? And this is, of course, a professional operation by Skeet and Gideon. It's always made very clear to the predator that the girl is underage. Like, if they lied, it wouldn't even make sense to do these type of videos, you know what I mean? That would defeat the whole purpose. So you can't really pull a victim card here and say you were set up or baited or whatever nonsense. Like, that just doesn't really work here, right? It's a very simple situation, right? Everybody watching this video has slid into some DMs before. It's not hard. Usually most people have their age on their profile. If they don't, like a very simple question, how old are you? She says, oh, I'm 15. You say, oh, okay, yeah, I'm out, bye. That's it. It's not complicated. Like, there's no further questioning, that nothing else needs to go on. Like, there's literally no excuse you can make in this situation, you know what I mean? Like, it's just that simple. And the fact that he's done it on multiple occasions, at this point, you are a straight up predator. You're lucky to not be in jail. That's kind of the thing about most of these cases. Like, every time we watch one of these videos, like, there's multiple channels on YouTube that do it. We watch quite a few. They're honestly pretty hilarious. Like, as sad as it is, like, Like, it's a sad situation. These are obviously setups, I guess, technically, or whatever, but it obviously does happen for real. You know what I mean? Because it's so common to catch them doing this. I mean, some of it must really be happening, which is sad to say. But the thing that usually goes down in these situations is the guy ends up going free. Very rarely do they end up getting arrested. And I think the reasoning behind it is back when Chris Hansen was doing it on TV, he was working with the police, right? So the police were involved in the investigation already. They were gathering the evidence themselves. So since it was their own evidence, they knew it was all trustworthy or whatever, it was all legit, they're able to make an arrest on the spot. But with all these YouTube catchers, it's more of like an independent operation, and then they call the police afterwards. So the police show up, but they can't just like show up and arrest the guy based off some random call about the situation. You know what I mean? Like, so usually they just take the evidence that's given to them, they take the information, they ask him like all the necessary questions or whatever, but then they let the guy go, and you know, they say they're gonna look at the evidence themselves back at, you know, the station or whatever and look into it and then maybe launch their own investigation. I don't know, whatever. How often do they actually take it that serious and like do their own thing afterwards? I don't know. Honestly, they probably don't care. I doubt they're really looking into it too much, but at the very least, these predators, they get like their faces and their names exposed on YouTube, usually to like millions of views or whatever. So I would hope it has some sort of positive impact at the very least. But how many of them actually end up getting in any sort of legal trouble? I don't know. Probably not too many. So we'll see how this all plays out, man. But this was this guy's last chance, in my opinion. He shouldn't have even had this chance. But for anyone out there that was still somehow believing whatever nonsense this guy had to say, like, this is it. Like, this is not a mistake you're allowed to make twice. It's not a mistake you're allowed to make once, but definitely not more than once. You know what I mean? Like, that's how you know it's not a mistake. You know what I mean? Like, they always say, oh, it's a mistake. I never do this. This is my first time. They always say that line in the videos. They say, oh, this is my first time I made a mistake. But like, if you did it again, that's not a mistake. That's a pattern. That's something that you're interested in doing. Like, that's how you know you're really a fucking weirdo. So we'll see how this plays out, man. It's just crazy that someone could get caught for this, especially someone like EDP, someone who's like well known on the internet. Like, how fucking stupid are you? I don't know. That makes it so much worse, right? Like, this guy obviously knows how well known he is and he's still doing it. Like, he must really be a fucking freak, honestly. So anyways, y'all let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Hopefully the actual video is out by now and we can go watch that. I'll probably end up watching it on stream. Thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to leave a like rating if you enjoyed. Subscribe if you're not already. Follow me on Twitter. Links in the description down below. Check out my last video if you missed it. Actually, probably don't check that video out. It was a reaction to the Nair guy. If you guys saw that infamous video, the like Asian guy who did the Nair butthole video, he did another video pretty similar to that. So that being said, have a good day and peace out.